world is falling. Can't you feel the sound? Voices shouting, but no truth is found. We draw our lines between left and right, but love is silent while we choose to fight. How many tears must we cry before we see each other and close the war? Nobody cares until somebody dies. We're blind to the truth, deaf to the cries. Nobody cares about humanity. Hearts in chains, lost in disparity. Forget about races, can't you see? We are all the same, you and me. Wake up world, can't you see? We are losing our humanity. We are people with hearts that bleed the same, yet all we do is want to place the blame. Wake up world, can't you see? We are losing our humanity. Families broken, torn by pain. Another headline, just another day. We point our fingers, we shift the blame, but everyone still bleeds the same. If love is fading, what will remain? A broken world full of endless pain. Nobody cares until somebody dies. We're blind to the truth, deaf to the cries. Nobody cares about humanity. Hearts in chains, lost disparity. Forget about our races, can't you see? We are all the same, you and me. Wake up world, can't you see? We are losing our humanity. We are people with hearts that bleed the same, yet all we do is want to place the blame. Wake up world, can't you see? We are losing our humanity. Take my hand, let's break these chains. Heal the hurt, erase the shame. One world, one voice, one destiny. Together we can rewrite history. Nobody cares until somebody dies. We're blind to the truth, deaf to the cries. Nobody cares about humanity. Hearts in chains, lost disparity. Forget about our races, can't you see? We're all the same, you and me. We are people with hearts that bleed the same. You know all we do is want to place the blame. Wake up world, can't you see? We are losing our humanity. Wake up world, before it's too late. Open your eyes, love can still change our fate. One world, one people, hearts that beat as one. Don't let our humanity be gone.
Welcome to the midnight tide, where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown. On a journey, you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost, with tales that chill and spirits roam. A freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. night where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown. On a journey, you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost with tales that chill and spirits roam. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries and haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show.
The engine is starting up.
For launch, GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max, go. Eagle, go. Ecom,
Go pending final steps to cabin link check.
2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the Rift Nation Network, the RNN. Putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
The Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show.
There comes our ghost speaking in. Hello, welcome to the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show. My name is Rhonda, and you may notice that Ryan is not with us tonight. He has left this entire show to the ladies. He is not feeling well. He has a sore throat. He may not even have a voice for all I know, but he is running the board. So if anything goes awry, That's on him. So we appreciate you joining us. And in lieu of Ryan not being able to join us, we have the next best name with an R that I can think of, Rosetta White. That way.
Hello.
Hello.
Good
Thank you for
evening.
filling in for
Yeah, of course.
Ryan. This
Always
is gonna
like
be
talking about the
fun.
paranormal.
Yes. So this is gonna be a good time. Let me see who we've got in the chat. Let me say
Yes.
hello to Dennis.
And we hope you feel better.
Yes,
Ryan,
rest
take all
is
your
fine.
medicine.
No fun at all. So hello, Dennis. I saw Dennis join, and oops, I missed somebody. But Lois Clark is with us, and I saw some paranormal 6801. Thank you for joining us. We'll try to say hi as people join in, but it's going to be a little different show. It's me and Rosetta, but you all have gotten a chance to know her really well from doing readings on the show and just joining us to hang out. So I'm excited to have Rosetta here. So I cannot leave out the good parts of the show that Ryan covers. So we will talk about today being National Tape Measure Day.
Oh,
I know. So,
out of all things,
of all
measure.
things, please show appreciation to your tape measure. It's your friend. It's there when you need it. And make sure you get everything just so. I mean, I don't know what I would do without my tape measure, but we would be amiss to not mention that it's also National Nude Day. I cannot take holidays that could kind of go well together. Tape measure day and nude day.
Nude day.
So,
nice.
If you need to prove anything,
grab the tape measure. Nice.
I had to do it. Thank you, Keith, for sharing us out. Thank you, Lois, for sharing us out. Hello, Vet Girl. Glad to see you. Thank you, Lois, for sharing us out. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. Ryan is in the chat. So, this should be fun.
Ryan has the goodies.
Right. Ryan says, I have used my tape measure a few times on National Nude Day. I bet you have.
Has to brag. Oh
my God.
That's funny.
It feels like it's a setup. Tape measure and nude day. I feel like this was a setup. I don't know. I just report them as I see them.
Yep.
So
that's
make sure
awesome
that you're appreciative on your nudity and your tape measure.
Yes.
So
all in one.
All in one. So I hear you over there shuffling cards, Rosetta. I'm going to pull.
I wasn't, but I just moved some stuff.
So what I thought I would do is I would pull a card for a collective and let you pull a card for the collective.
Okay,
and
we can do that.
How they match up, because a lot of times they match up.
Never know.
And then Paranormal 6801. Do you really need an entire tape measure?
I would hope not.
A ruler may work. But
you might need to see a doctor.
All right, so I'm going to start with my trusty Outlaw Oracle deck, and let's see what we've got from there. And then we'll let Rosetta pull for the collective and see what we get. And I think I saw Kevin in there too. Welcome, Kevin. And we've got Dennis, 13th Floor Haunted Media Productions in the house. We're so glad you're here. Actually, our guest that we're getting ready to bring on for Ladies Night, we were introduced to her by Dennis and 13th.
Oh, very cool.
So we're excited.
Tell Helen we said hello.
Yes. Tell Maggie we said hi. Let's see.
Oh,
all right, let's see what these cards are saying today. All right, we got the first one out, which is Mirage. Illusions, Shadow, Fantasy. So we got illusions. Of course, my computer wants to pop something up on the screen. So illusion. So it's a mirage. I'll put one more along with it for clarification. And we got Twilight. Oh, and these two interesting cards together. So Twilight says reflections and assimilations. So this is really interesting to have Mirage and Twilight again. And I feel like what this is bringing forth for this week as I look into this, and I don't ever like to give like a negative kind of reading for everybody, but I feel like for the collective, when I look into this, I think it's just time to make sure that you are always watching out for the illusion of something that isn't quite what you think it is. I think we all, especially that watch this podcast, I feel like we're all positive people. I feel like we always want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I feel like we always try to raise everybody up, but not everybody out there has the best intentions for us. So I think it's important, whether you're doing business dealings or friends or acquaintances or meeting new people, make sure you're not seeing what you want to see. And that you're keeping your mind and your eyes open, and that you're using, I feel like I just heard, use your own intuition to determine if what you're dealing with is feasible or not. So that's what I've got. Let's see what Miss Rosetta gets with her cards.
So I am using the Sacred Rebel Oracle.
My favorite.
I love this deck too.
Yes.
So one of the cards that I pulled was going to be the Legacy of Light. And it kind of correlates with the second card that I pulled, Follow Your Own Rhythm. One of the things that I was really big on last year when I was doing readings, and it came up a lot, were your ancestral attachments and how they have such a huge impact on who we are as human beings, and we think about that, especially in the legacy of light. Remember your roots, remember where you came from. But I also seen this card right here where you have to be able to choose your own path, right from wrong, and just breaking some of those ancestral attachments that you may be holding on to that you don't even realize that you're holding on to.
Exactly. That mirage of
That mirage.
Yep.
Not everything is what it seems. We're in control of our own destinies, and every day is a new day. And I always try to get up and what can I do to be a better version of myself today than I was yesterday.
Exactly.
So,
hey, Ronnie Anderson, thank you for joining us. We've got Ryan in the chat. He's not feeling well, so it's ladies' night tonight.
Ladies'
I
night.
love that. I love the ancestral part of that because I think that's so important. But it really does tie into the mirage and the twilight and things not being necessarily as clear as you think they are. So I think that's really, really good. All right, so we're going to jump into this a little quicker than normal. Ryan, are you paying attention? You're running the board. So we are so excited to have another lady of the paranormal with us tonight. We've got Natalie Hopkins. Again, we were introduced to her through Dennis through 13th Floor Media Productions, and when we were doing some of their evidence reviews and things like that. So we're really excited to have her on and get to know her a little better. So Ryan, bring her on.
Hello.
Hey, Natalie.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good. We're so excited to have a ladies' night. Ryan's great, but this is always a good time when you have the ladies.
Yes.
So, how long? Okay, Dennis. Okay, I need to co-host a show. Ryan and me. Okay, you're on because at some point I'm going to take a night off for vacation, and it's you and it's dude's night.
Men's night.
It's men's night. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. So Natalie, how long have you been in the paranormal?
So I've loved the paranormal basically all of my life, but I really started investigating in 2022 when I went with my mom to Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, and I fell in love with it.
Oh my God, what great place to fall in love with. That place.
Yeah.
Like you see the pictures. We went in November for the first time, and the pictures don't do it justice. When you're standing in front of it, you're like, Oh my.
It's
It's
gorgeous.
huge, isn't it?
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
I could only imagine. I've seen pictures. I haven't had the opportunity to investigate there yet, but
I could probably get
um,
lost in there.
yeah,
Kevin, we've got Rosetta with us. She's been on some of the shows before, so she's filling in for Ryan tonight.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
so, so was that your first like experience with the paranormal, or did you have any experiences as a child or anything of things that just went bump in the night or that were a little strange?
So I did have some experiences as a child, but I didn't realize they were paranormal until much, much later in my life, until my mom was like, yeah, that house was actually haunted. Because I remember I was in my sister's room sleeping, and I looked out the doorway and I see this tall shadow figure just walk in, and it just walked completely into the room. So I knew it wasn't like my mom or anybody because there was no human attached to it. But I remember that happening. And then I know my grandma said a story about how she was sleeping on the couch one night because she was babysitting us, and she heard giggling from behind it, and she thought it was my sister and I, like, trying to scare her in the night, but she turned around, it was not because we were fast asleep. But other than that, I really didn't have any paranormal experiences until I started investigating.
That's amazing. Rosetta, do you have any questions? I think what I'll do is I'll ask a question, you ask a question. That way we kind of get all our questions in.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing. What was one of your very first paranormal experiences? But going to it, what would you say is your favorite location that you've gone to?
Probably Madison Seminary. I've been there so many times, and I just love it there.
Yeah. Do you get something every time you go?
Every single time except for one time that I went. So every time that I would go, I would get so much activity. It was literally nonstop. And so I was like, I'm going to bring my boyfriend because he's a skeptic and he doesn't really believe in that kind of stuff. And I was like, this is great. Like, you're going to experience it all. Nothing happened. The entire night
Nothing.
we were there, I was like, oh, you're making me look stupid right now.
Yeah, figures, right? The one
Yeah,
time when
exactly.
you need something to happen. I think that, well, it didn't happen to us at the cabin on 360 because we were getting stuff. But I think what people expect when they go to investigations is that things are going to be flying off shelves and you're going to be seeing these
Yeah.
shadow figures and orbs. And it doesn't work that way. You have to be really patient when you're doing investigations because you're not always going to get something right off the bat either. And I think that's what my nephew and his niece were expecting. Was it just to be, just off the chain? And it was. We got some good stuff, but you had to be really patient to get it. But yeah, I get that. Have you done the cabin yet? Have you been there?
I have not. I really want to go
No.
though.
Yeah, that is a really good spot to get stuff. So,
Yeah, I always
Yeah,
hear so much about it. I know Dennis has been there a lot.
yeah.
yeah.
And you need to come next time. You need to come. Be awesome. Where are you located, Natalie? Where do you live?
I'm around like the Marietta area of Ohio.
Okay. Okay. That's
Okay.
very cool. Well, I mean, I think that's the thing. You go to Madison a lot. I have a home location that my team's kind of the host team for, and we hit spells where it's quiet, and then we spend
Yeah.
so much time racking our brains trying to figure out what's changed, what's different, what could have happened, why are they quiet, what's going on, that kind of thing. And sometimes I think it's just being as we don't know much about the paranormal, we don't really know how that ebbs and flows on that side of things. I remember doing an investigation at the cabin on 360. It was back on a Halloween night, and we were expecting like the activity to be off the chain.
Oh, yes, Halloween.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh man.
Absolutely nothing. Which for me at the cabin, that's never. I mean, I'm not talking no EVPs, no footsteps, no anything, and that's really unusual, especially when you've got the woods, you've got the two buildings, there was nothing, which kind of
That's really odd.
posed to me. It's like, okay, we know that is when the veil is like supposed to be the thinnest and
The
the dead
thinnest,
walk
right?
among us. it kind of made me wonder, do spirits have things they have to do? And like of a night like that, is there something else they have opportunities to do rather than be where they're cohabitating? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're not always stuck there.
Yeah.
And when the last time I was at the cabin was for the Paracon that they had, and there was I can't remember her name, but she was the medium that was there that was doing the channeling, and she channeled Melissa, and Melissa was talking about how she's not always there. So that makes a lot of sense too, because you would think, okay, well, what do you do when you're not there? Are you doing other things? But I just, and I always feel like too, if you go to a place that's investigated all of the time, do they get tired of answering questions? And how much energy does it does it take for them just to say hello, and versus what it is that we're doing? I'm sure they get tired too, but again, that's just not knowing really what's going on the other side. I'll let you guys know when I pass over, and if you're still alive, I'll give you that answer.
Yes, yes, please do. I'll have my equipment ready. I'll have my equipment ready.
Oh.
Um, so Natalie, what do you think about that? About how much energy it takes? How much? I mean, how much energy does you think that it takes the spirits to interact with us? And then, do you have any thoughts on like things that might be more negative, like when people get scratched and things like that?
So I feel like a lot of stuff, like with activity wise, I feel like our energy itself can affect activity. Like like you said, like if investigators are coming day after day after day, we're all asking the same questions, or they're gonna get tired. They don't want to answer every single day, every single question we ask. Um, but as far as like getting scratched, I don't usually feel like that's something negative. I usually feel like maybe it's the spirits just trying to get your attention, or trying to be like, hey, I'm right here, even though you can't hear me, or I'm like not strong enough to light up the equipment, but like I can touch you.
Right, Rosetta, what do you think about that?
I think about myself as the medium and just how tired I get when I'm doing readings or when I'm channeling, and just how drained I am afterwards.
Mm.
So I don't know. It's hard to really say, what it's like. I think if a location is investigated day after day after day, I think spirit is going to get tired of, like she said, answering the same questions, or there's just other things that they want. They're just not in the mood to manifest today. So, yeah, I don't know. It's
That's
it's
one
hard to really
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing
say.
I kind of thought of. I don't feel like most things are negative. I'm not one of the ones who scream demon, or it's
Mm-mm.
it's negative or whatever. Because I think like if you were, we've said it before. If you were a jerk in life, you're probably a jerk on the spirit side. But I've often wondered if the scratches and things like that weren't, we believe we believe, and we don't know if this is true or not, but we believe it takes a lot of energy for them to communicate with us.
Mm-hmm.
Or it takes a lot out of them to communicate with us. And if that's the case, and they're trying to get our attention, and they're trying to touch us, and they're putting forth as much as they've got, couldn't it just be them trying to get our attention, just trying to
Mm-hmm.
touch us, and it ends up a scratch because it comes across harder than they anticipated it would, or
It very
something?
well could, I mean, I know a lot of people, again, they see this on TV. Oh, if you get scratched, it's bad. I mean, we can't really base, you know, those opinions from those shows. So, like, what's really happening? I guess we need to really take into consideration what's going on during that time. Who are we talking to, or who are we channeling? Do we know who's there? Things like that. I would think more like if I was going to an asylum, or I was going to a prison, or I was going somewhere where there is a lot of dark energy, and we were getting a lot of negative feedback, from the spirit box, or the Estes method, things like that, and I was scratched, I would think it was more of a negative energy than I would be if it was somewhere else where it wasn't. So I guess it's really going to be situational as well.
I agree.
So have you ever been scratched, Natalie? Or what is the scariest thing that's ever happened to you? Have you ever had to leave an investigation before because you have been attacked or it was just really emotional for you to be there?
So I've never really like ran out of an investigation. There was like one time I
Hmm.
went to Madison Seminary, which honestly I think I just kind of worked myself up because I was drinking a lot of energy drinks to stay awake for that time. So my heart
Yeah.
was beating fast, and so I just kind of got in my own head, and I was like, we'll leave. But as far as things that have actually happened to me, I've only really had one experience, which was at the Ross house. We
Hmm.
were in the basement. I brought some friends. This was their first investigation, and nothing was really happening that night. And then, we were in the basement doing an investigation. We went home and I was like, yeah, nothing really happened. And on a few weeks later, because it took me a while to go through the footage, once I got to the end when we were in the basement, I noticed that I had sat up and you can watch my shirt get lifted, like someone was just like pulling it back and then they just let go of it.
Oh,
And
wow.
I have that video like all over my TikTok and everywhere. So I'm sure it's probably easy to find if you like want to watch it. But
Yeah, I
yeah.
would that would be so
I
interesting.
would love to
I've
see
never
that.
been touched that I can remember in an investigation, but at the cabin, I got really sick in the house. The first time that I investigated there. I was like, I think we were only in there for maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes tops. And I was like, I feel really ill and I walked out, and as soon as the cool air hit me and I was like, I felt much better, but the first time going in there I felt super sick. How about you, Rhonda? Have you had any wild experiences like that?
Nothing's what like when I first started investigating. This is before I joined a team. This was before anything. I was at Belgrove for a public investigation, and Tyler Darnell was leading the investigation that night. And I can remember being in the summer kitchen and feeling some like it's really interesting when you get touched because you almost think you didn't. Like that was the wind. That was something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, that was something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I
It's easy
remember
to
feeling
debunk.
something play with my hair and then something kind of touched me on the back of my leg. And it did kind of that one freaked me out because I'd never really been investigating before or anything like that. So, and then the next time it happened, I was at the cabin on 360. We actually used to do the Orion effect out of the cabin on 360 every Sunday night. And we were sitting there doing it, and I felt something brush my leg, and I was like, what's that? Didn't think anything else of it. And then I felt literally like tap, tap, tap on my leg. And I was like, okay, okay.
Wow.
So I was like, back up, move away.
Yeah.
But nothing has ever touched me. Nothing has ever left marks on me. And nothing has ever touched me to the point where I was really, really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I have not had that either. Thankfully, there's still time. There's still time.
Here's Stacey. Natalie was investigating with us at the Beale Manor when we captured the evidence that we can't show until September. Quit
Ah,
teasing us, Dennis. Quit
man, can
teasing
we
us.
ask? Like, what
We
is
That was
it?
cannot wait for
incredible.
that to come out.
It
So
was
Natalie,
incredible evidence. So you'll
what
definitely want to watch that when it comes out.
what is your favorite part of investigating? Is it like everybody has their favorite parts. Like some people love to go through the footage after the fact. And some people like just really enjoy just waiting and seeing what happens. What's your favorite part of the whole process?
So apart from actually getting to walk into these buildings and see them firsthand, my favorite part is probably when something happens that you just can't debunk. And no matter how hard you try, it's like, I literally have no idea what that could have been. Because then it's like, maybe that was paranormal.
Very cool. How about you, Rosetta?
Ooh, my favorite part. I think my favorite part is allowing myself to use the more of the mediumship side of it, just to kind of see what I pick up on, and to kind of see if I'm right or not. And I like using the Estes method. Well, okay, so let me go back. In the beginning, I really liked using the Estes method. I just thought it was a neat way of like being able to connect with spirit. Now it's more like when we ask questions and it's the spirit box. I like being able to hear. I mean, even though it's kind of almost the same thing, one with headphones, one without. Um, I don't know. All of it, honestly. Like I love investigating. So to me, it's the whole thing. So looking at the evidence afterwards, the pictures, trying to debunk things. You know, doing new things like with when 13th Floor Paranormal, the last time that I was there, we got to use Helen the doll and we took her out. That was like, something I've never done before. So it was really cool. I challenge myself. I always try to challenge myself to do something different, and to kind of level up a little bit.
So Howie's calling me. He said you should have seen her when she heard voices on air. That did freak me out a little bit. When you're sitting there doing a podcast talking and things start coming through your mic that aren't y'all talking, that did freak me out. I was kind of like, I think the only time I got freaked out really two times podcasting from the cabin. One time was we were done with the podcast, completely done. We were packing up things, and Howie was taking stuff upstairs to put it in a closet upstairs in the actual cabin. And I'm just sitting there down there, kind of waiting for him to come back, and I hear boots come through that back hallway,
Oh,
walking,
I
and
hate
I was
that back
like,
hallway.
"Did
Oh,
Dennis or Ryan sneak in the back door? Like, what is that?" And so I go and I peek. I'm like, "Howie, come back down here quick! Something's down here."
that back room downstairs in that
Yeah,
bathroom. Oh, I hate that bathroom.
that
Like
hallway is
I
a
have to use
little,
it,
as a
but
little,
it always freaks me out. And I just don't like that bathroom at all.
yeah. And then one time we were on air, and it literally sounded like there was a table upstairs, I think, open, set up, and it literally sounded like somebody picked it up and threw it across the room.
Wow,
But when we went up there and looked, nothing had happened.
that's scary.
Yeah. But yeah, so pretty interesting. So, Natalie, you've been doing this now for a couple years. Do you like, I'm a medium and psychic, and so is Rosetta, but do you feel like gifts for you, such as like clairaudience or seeing or hearing or feeling things, are growing for you now that you've been, or were you in the paranormal, or do you feel like you've always had that?
Honestly, I don't really feel like I have any sort of gifts when it comes to like mediumship or anything like that. Honestly, I just really love the idea of the paranormal and just exploring these buildings. And I think that's why it's so easy for me to go off on my own and do solos, because I'm not sensing all these things around me.
That might be true. That might, so that
Yeah,
doesn't scare you at all to go, I am not a big fan of doing solos. I
I
me
want
love
either.
somebody.
solos.
Yeah,
Mm.
really? Like, I'm always
Mhm.
nervous because I will do things like, I've had some experiences mostly with doing mirror scrying, where they've taken pictures of me. And I think it's happened when I was doing SDs before a little bit too, where my face just changes and they see it from
Wow.
snapping pictures while I'm doing it. And so I like having that person there who knows me well enough to say, step out,
Yeah,
step back. Something's not quite right, or they're worried that something's not quite right. So, I mean, I think that for me, and I think it is because I'm sensitive to things. So I think, but I feel like, Natalie, you should watch it, because I know one of the members of my team, he will tell you he doesn't have anything. And now, like, he will hear things that nobody else hears. And I'll
Oh,
pick up
wow.
on it as well. He'll say, "Did you hear blah, blah, blah?" And I'm like, so, I
That's
think
cool.
it'll grow the more you're in there.
Have
I-
you ever been to the Anchorage?
No.
Oh, so they have this tower. It's such a beautiful home. We were up in the tower one day, and I kept feeling like I was being choked. And my mom had taken a picture of me, and in the glass behind me, it looked like the face of like an old lady standing there.
wow,
Wow.
that's pretty
Wow.
cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty incredible.
Yeah, I think everybody has the gift to a degree. And I know with Rhonda, the more that you were investigating, the more that you were able to enhance the gifts that you
Yeah.
have. Um, and I know for me, when I've known since I was 5 years old that I can speak to the dead.
Wow.
And it was just I cut it off because being that young, not understanding it, and knowing, even what it was, I'm just seeing things and hearing things and feeling things and all these things at such a young age, that I just kind of cut it off because I didn't want to know for the longest time. And then a few years ago, probably, I don't know, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I ran into an old friend of mine and she's like, you need to start reading again. And she gave me tarot. And I just started playing around with tarot and, I opened myself back up again. And then that was just all she wrote. I was like, okay, so now I want to start doing investigations and doing more of this and enhancing my skills and, learning more. So, um, it's it's almost like so do you feel temperature changes at all? Like when you go into, say you're doing a solo um investigation, what do you look for as signs that maybe there is a spirit that's near? What do you feel?
Sometimes I could feel like a bit of a heaviness in my chest, but like most of
Mhm.
the times whenever I feel or sense something, I just try to brush it off as like just something else, like maybe anxiety or I don't know, cold chill.
So when you feel those things, does something usually happen after you start feeling the heaviness in the chest or um, temperature changes or chills? Does something happen? Do you get an EVP at that point? Does the K2 meter start going off? What happens?
Occasionally equipment will go off, but I haven't
Mhm.
really like well, I guess I haven't really paid much attention to notice a pattern on if like I sense something and then something happens or if it's I don't know, just me in my head.
Yeah, yeah. It's I get that too. So I would tell everybody to like write it down, like when you if
Yes.
you're wanting to learn if more about it or enhance what you have. When you're doing things like that, you're like, wow, I'm feeling this pressure in my chest. Well, what are you doing at that time that you feel that? Like for me, I feel temperature changes. The hair on my arms will stand up. I'll get ringing in my ears sometimes. So they're just little things that I just notice for myself when I'm doing this or reading, that I look out for when I'm doing investigations or even just doing tarot oracle readings.
Yeah, I've
It is.
started bringing little notebooks with me. Like sometimes whenever I'll
Hmm.
take friends on investigations and give one to everyone, I'm like, just write things
Yeah,
down. Don't tell
write
us.
it
And at
down.
the end of the night, we'll go over. So like, make sure you write what time it is too.
Yes, that's a
Yeah,
good idea.
Mm.
yeah. I've started
Yeah.
doing that because I've been working more with remote viewing before investigations, especially if I can't be there. And I've regretted quickly not writing it down. Like there was one
Mhm.
instance where I had a really good, like what my read was very good. We actually spoke about it at an event this past weekend. My read was really back on point, but I didn't document it. A few times they would have been asked to do it. They'll send me a picture so you see everything I wrote is in text message, so
Mhm.
that I wasn't there. I saw an aerial photo. This is what I got. So I
Mhm.
need to be more diligent myself about writing stuff down because I think that's
Mhm.
so key. I think that's so
Yeah.
key. Um, so we kind of mentioned equipment there. Natalie, what's your favorite piece of equipment, and what is your least favorite piece of equipment?
Um, my favorite piece is probably I don't a tie between the spirit box and the dead bell. I don't know. I love both of those so much. My least favorite would probably be dowsing rods just because sometimes I can't really trust if my hands are shaky or,
Yeah,
if maybe like I'm doing it and not realizing it.
yeah, that idiomotor response, it worries
Mhm.
me sometimes with dowsing rods as well because
Mhm.
it's a little hard.
Mhm.
Now the funny thing is, you mentioned the dead bell, and a lot of people aren't fans of the dead bell. I am a fan. I have
Really?
had some great results with the dead bell, but you get a lot
Mhm.
of people who are like, it doesn't do anything. It just, So what have been some of your good experiences with a dead bell?
So one thing is, I was at Post Town Elementary School. I was with my cousin Corey and our friend Anthony. And Corey, he had the headphones on. He was doing Estes method. We also had the bell, and so we kept like, holding up different numbers on our hands. And my cousin would say the number on Estes, and the bell would ring that many times exactly. And it would do that like almost every single time, just like on the dot. And I was like,
That's
this,
cool.
yeah, this is something here.
See, that's the thing that I've learned with the dead bell. I don't know what some people expect of it. We were My friends with Hill City Paranormal. They have one. It was the first time I'd ever utilized one, and they had only had it recently. Sean was not a fan of it at this time, if I remember correctly. And we were at Belgrove, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was ringing, but we just couldn't tell. Like, are we really getting a response? Are we not getting a response? And somehow my sleepy mind came up with, all right, let's find out. Let's find out. So I said, okay. I said, let's start asking them to do things directly. And so we would ask, like, ring the bell twice. We were like not getting, we'd get one or we'd get something random. Then I was like, wait a minute. We're dealing with spirits that may not know how to count. We don't know what they know. So then I was like, okay, let's be more specific. And I said, okay, can you ring the bell 2 times like this? Ding, ding. Bell went ding, ding. And I was like, okay, can you do that one more time? And this time ring it 3 times. Ding, ding, ding. And it did it. So we waited a while because we were like, oh my God. And then the third time, we'd waited a little bit. I said, all right, just to make sure. Actually, I said for shits and giggles, let's do this one more time. Can you ring the bell 4 times? And it went ding, 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 ding. And by then we were just blown away. So I really do believe if you use it as something and you're trying to get some sort of direct response, or you're getting something like you got where it something's happening and it's matching that, I feel like it's a good piece of equipment.
Oh yeah. I
struggle with dowsing rods too. That is one. I think of all of those, and I'm a huge pendulum user, like when I'm doing Reiki and things like that. But dowsing rods, I like them as long as I'm getting something else that corresponds with them. But that idiomotor, because it's so, the person doesn't even know they're doing it. It really does concern me a little bit with those. So that's become quietly my least favorite. I don't discredit them. I just feel like you've got to be getting something along with it to make sure that you're getting accurate results. How about you, Rosetta? You're in the paranormal. What's your favorite and least favorite?
So I was going to say the dowsing rods too and the pendulum, but because you brought the pendulum up and was like, well, with Reiki, because I like it with Reiki, I don't like using it as a tool in investigations to get yes or no answers, because again, you don't know, like I'm shaky. I drink too many energy drinks to stay up late at night. So I'd feel the same with dowsing rods. I'm not a big Ouija board fan. Like I have one. I've used them before in the past. I just don't connect with them at all. And I don't know if that's just me spiritually, and it's just not something I connect with. Some people do. I don't like them. So my favorite, I love doing the Estes method, and I like doing it too when there's more than one person. So I did an investigation with Flumeri 2 years ago, I think it was. And I can't remember where we went. I'm so sorry. It was somewhere in Chesterfield. But there was 2 of us that were doing it at the same time. And it was almost like myself and the person I was doing it with, we were actually having like a full on conversation. Like we were talking to a husband and wife. Like I was answering the questions as the wife, he was answering the questions as the husband. And it was just really good session. So I really like using the Estes, and I love using the spirit box too.
Yeah, I like Estes too. So Paranormal 6801 said stay away from Ouija. A lot of people are not fans of the Ouija board. Hello,
Yeah, I'm
Michelle
just not.
Wolfong. Hello, Fredericksburg Paranormal Research and Investigations, my home team.
Hello.
Foxglove Fairy, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Let's see if I missed anybody. Mike Brooks, he is part of my team as well and a good friend. Thank you guys for supporting and hanging out with us tonight. So, Natalie, what is your favorite piece of evidence you've ever captured? Because you, as being in the paranormal, like Dennis is posting out there all of the things you've done and investigations you've been a part of, you have been part of some amazing captures. But for you, what has been the one that just stood out the most?
Well, yes, I was with Dennis when I've captured a lot of stuff. Well, he's captured a lot of stuff. I've just been there. It's been on his cameras. But the only thing that I can think of that I've like really captured myself, other than a few EVPs is probably the shirt being pulled. But also, I just remember this. We went to Poasttown Elementary, and this was our first time investigating there. And I didn't hear it at the time because I was under Estes method, but they had heard a female scream. And going back over the footage, you can hear that scream, and it happens twice. And all the females that were on the investigation were with us in that room at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Wow.
So our co-host who's not joining us has a question. How did you get hooked up with 13th Floor Paranormal Media Productions?
Well, he actually just messaged me on TikTok one day, asked if I wanted to do a collab, and I was like, sure. And then, yeah, just
The
kind of
rest is history, as they say.
Pretty much.
Very cool. Very cool. I mean, some of the best partnerships work out that way.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, Rosetta, what else do you have for questions?
What is some advice that you would give to a investigator that's just starting out?
Probably don't jump to conclusions, and not every noise you hear is paranormal because they're old buildings, old pipes, stuff like that. So they're gonna make noise.
Yep. Not every circle that you see is going to be an orb.
Yes,
Right.
that too, exactly.
I know my stuff
Spider,
always
dust,
gets
bugs.
debunked. I'm like, Dennis, look what I got. He's like, yeah, no. And I'm like, fine.
It's all part of the process. Like, I mean,
It is. My pictures always get debunked.
Like, it happens and you're so excited. You're like, oh, dude, that was
Yeah,
just,
it is. It's like, oh, you're right. You're
light
right.
socket. Darn it. Yeah, but I mean, it's part of the process, and it is. I think that's what keeps us honest, right? I mean, I think if you're not debunking, that's where the problem's hooked up. Yeah, Ryan's right. That's how we hooked up with 13th Floor. He just messaged us like, hey, you want to come on the show? The rest is history.
Want to hang out? Want to go catch some ghosts?
You know, and that's how easy it
when are
is.
we leaving?
So, Natalie, give me two locations that are like your dream locations you want to go investigate.
That's an easy one. Definitely Waverly Hills and Alcatraz.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, those would be so awesome. Alcatraz, most definitely. That is a bucket list.
Amazing.
Yeah. I want to go to Letchworth Village in New York. Only because my grandmother used to work there. So yeah, I would love to just investigate there and see what I picked up. But yeah, Alcatraz would be
Alcatraz is on
good
mine.
one.
I took the boat tour when I was in San Francisco, just around it, and then you can just feel it. You can just feel.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it's heavy.
But in the same kind of area, my bucket list one is the Winchester Mystery House.
That would be good too.
So hit both of them all at once. That would be ideal.
Might as well on the West Coast, hit them all.
Yeah, you're over there. Let's go on up to San Jose and go to the Winchester House.
Yeah.
So Ryan had another question for you, Natalie. Hold on. What advice would you give a new paranormal investigator?
I already asked that, Ryan.
He wasn't paying attention.
I know. That's okay.
Dennis said he's trying to get you to investigate his haunted collection. What are your thoughts on that? Like, what is your answer to that?
Ooh.
Investigating his haunted collection.
I think it'd be cool to investigate some of his haunted items one day.
You would? Are there any that you would not want to?
Like out of his collection or like in general? Honestly, I'm not really sure what's all in his collection because I mean, I've seen a lot of his videos and a lot of his lives where he would investigate some of his collection, and honestly, I just think it all looks cool.
Yeah. We actually had some weird like things come through when we've had him on the show and they're in that room. So I would love to do it, take a piece at a time and just see. It'd be fun.
Are there any locations you wouldn't investigate that you feel are just too extreme and over the top?
The only place I won't go is where Robert the Doll is.
You just took the words right out of my mouth because I
Yeah,
wouldn't go there either.
No.
He scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. And then Annabelle's not there anymore. She's traveling around though,
Yeah.
right?
See,
But yeah,
I've seen
no.
Annabelle. I would investigate Annabelle, but Robert, no.
Mm, mm-mm.
I would go. I would go. I would just mind my P's and Q's and follow the rules.
We'll send you in by yourself. That'll be your solo.
Yeah.
I'll bring you back souvenirs. How about that?
Because I'm not going in there with you. I don't care. That is the one place I will not go.
Mm.
So, and then they also, at the same museum, I think they have, oh, what was that doctor's name? He did like assisted murders. And I think he did it out of a van. I cannot remember his name to save my life. Doctor, I can't remember, but yeah, I wouldn't go in that van either.
Kevorkian?
Yes, that's the guy.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't know. Things were. I'll go to Alcatraz, but I'm not visiting Robert the doll. And we're staying away from Kevorkian van.
I didn't realize that was on display anywhere. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's in the. As far as I know, it's in Zach Bagan's museum.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So.
Mike said too, Kevorkian. See, Dennis said I want to investigate the Robert the doll. I don't know that I'd want to investigate him. I'm going to go with whatever rules that were set in place about how you're supposed to deal with him. I'm not going to break the rules. I'll break the rules on some things, but I'm not going to do it on
But
that.
what if he doesn't like me as a person? He's just like, I don't care if you're following the rules or not. I don't like you. So I'm going to hex you and you're going to die and on your way home. You're going to get struck by lightning. No, thank you.
Well, that brings a good topic up. Natalie, how do you feel about dolls in general? Do you believe
I
dolls
love
can be
dolls.
haunted? And like, do dolls in general bother you?
No, I honestly, I love dolls. I would have a whole collection if I could. I actually have a replica of the Annabelle doll, and then I got a haunted doll on eBay, which I'm still not fully convinced that it's actually haunted, but she's really pretty, so I'll keep her.
How do you
Well,
guys
they're
feel
always
about
gonna be
divot
used as trigger
boxes?
objects, right? If you think there's children, you can use them as trigger objects, regardless.
Yeah, that is true.
How do you feel about divot boxes?
I haven't really like delved into that very much. Like I'm not entirely sure what all it is.
Yeah. Well, from what I know, they're boxes that contain spirits, and that if you open them, then that's not a good thing. There's a reason why they're
Okay.
sealed. But you can buy them off of eBay too.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
then
I probably
technically,
wouldn't buy one, but
isn't
Yeah,
the
no.
box then that Annabelle's in technically a divot box?
I mean, I would think so.
yeah, I guess it
I
could
mean,
be.
if you think about it, yeah. I mean, Robert the doll too, because he's in a
Right.
box.
I mean, I guess that means they're bound. So what's the difference between a binding box and a divot box? I'm going to have to do some research.
Yep, we'll do more research.
Yeah. Okay. So Dennis has a question for you, Natalie. Is Helen haunted?
I don't know who Helen is.
The doll.
Helen is haunted.
Where's she at?
Dennis's doll.
Dennis's doll.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I've never met her, Dennis.
Dennis, you need to do the introductions.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, he's holding out on you.
He has dolls. He's trying to get you in his basement. He's luring you. I have dolls down here. Come see my collection. Don't you have to keep her locked up, Dennis? Like in the basement?
I don't know. He brought her to the cabin. Are there rules for Helen, Dennis?
I know. Are there rules?
Oh, yeah.
Rules.
Take her on a road trip.
He did all the way to Virginia.
He did. Yep. He did. We
Divot
investigated with
boxes
her.
pull spirits in for vengeance.
Okay.
Ryan said he held Helen like a baby. That is creepy. Hey, Maggie.
I know Dobie didn't like her. He said, throw her out.
He was probably just jealous, though,
Yeah, probably.
that
Thank
she
you,
was getting
Maggie.
some attention.
We were like, what do you want us to do with Helen? He said, throw her out or throw it out. I was like, oh, damn.
He was intimidated
He
by the doll.
was. It's like, what is that? What
So, Natalie,
sorcery are you bringing in
what?
here?
Okay, Dennis says yes. There's no rules. She has been on road trips. Okay. So Natalie, what do you have coming up in the next year? Like, do you have some investigations planned and things you're going to do?
I do. I'm planning to go to Wildwood Sanatorium. I'm gonna go back to the Hinsdale House, and then I believe I'm gonna be going to the Lafayette Hotel.
Nice. I've not been to Wildwood, but I've met the owners and they're super nice.
Really, this will be my
super
first time going.
Yeah, I haven't been to either one of them. I haven't been to Hinsdale or Wildwood. I think being that we're down in Virginia, I think when we head that way, we're going to try to do both.
Yeah,
in one
they're
weekend.
really close to each other.
Yeah. So our big one for we've had Wildwood on the show. Our
Cool.
Our big investigation for this year is Crescent Sanatorium. We're going in August.
That would be awesome.
Cool.
Super stoked for that one. But
That sounds like fun. Where's that one at?
that one is, oh gosh, is it West Virginia or Pennsylvania? I don't know.
I think Pennsylvania.
I think it's Pennsylvania. I get confused, but I think it's Pennsylvania.
Yeah. They have one in there. There's a sanatorium, I think, in West Virginia. I don't remember what the name of it is though. But
We went to one called
so
Sweet
many of them.
Springs, but it's not in business anymore.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite places too. We were so excited. Like literally we went and we're like, yes, we're going to go back. Yes, we're going to go back. And it wasn't long after that there was the owner passed away and then it got kind of tied up in some stuff. And I don't know that they're ever going to let anybody paranormal investigate there again.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate.
Well, at least you got it in once. Well, have you investigated that one?
Yeah,
You said you've been there, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
It was a great place. Okay, so 13th floor is our big investigation is in September at the Story Inn. I'm not going, but some of my team members are going to the Ross House. So is there anything we should know about the Ross House, Natalie?
Cindy, the host, she's amazing. She's just a wonderful person.
Awesome.
And I also I had made some little Ross House pins like that you can put onto your shirt. So she has some of those that you guys can buy there too.
Oh, so if they see them, that's from you. That's
Yes.
awesome. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, everybody's excited to go there. I don't know that I'm going to make that one, but unfortunately, but maybe
Are
sometime.
they doing the antique shop too, or just the house?
I don't know. John, if you're still there, you're doing the house and the antique shop? I'm not sure. So that'll be exciting. So that's some really cool places that you're gonna go. Yeah. Rosetta, do you have any other questions for her?
I'm thinking. Not that I can think of. How about you?
No, I mean this has
I feel like
been
we've covered a lot, you
We
know?
really
So-
have. I mean, I'm just impressed that I know, like you said, Dennis captures it, but you're there, and those things that you experienced are pretty amazing. I've seen the videos. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, I think it's those things that keep us going, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Keep us going. It makes us want to dive in more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Watch Natalie's episode and our episode on the Ross House. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Anyone in chat?
Oh.
Do you have other questions for Natalie? We've got like 5 more minutes. We've talked about so much. I'm trying to think what else we could capture with you. Is there anything that you've experienced in the paranormal that you feel like you would like to dive more into, such as like any pieces of equipment you haven't used that you really want to try out and try that and experience that? Like, is there anything that you've experienced that you feel like you don't have enough education on, you'd really like to explore it more?
honestly, I would love to dive deeper in like the Dybbuk box, or not Dybbuk boxes, sorry, the Ovulus, and like kind of learning more about how that works as a like equipment.
Gotcha. So, have in Paranormal 6801 has so do you do a lot of EVPs, and what has been your best capture as an EVP or your favorite capture?
So my favorite EVP capture is probably the scream that we caught, because I mean I didn't hear that until going over the footage. I actually just caught one again at is the Brownella Cottage. I believe it said it was like a whisper that said "Hey," I think, but that was whenever I had left the room and my camera was just recording.
Have you had any experiences where you heard it audibly and then caught it on the EVP as well?
Yeah, when I was at Madison Seminary, I was with my cousin Kaylin, and we were in the room where I don't know if you've been there, but there's like a room that has like a hole in it. And we were in that room, and out in the hallway, we heard a laugh, and then we also caught that on camera too.
Oh, that's very cool. That's so helpful. Do you use cat balls?
Oh,
When
I
you're,
love cat balls.
I do too. I do too. Cat balls, I think, are a lot of fun. I think you get some good results with it. I think cat balls, we were talking about pendulums and dowsing rods, and I am okay with them if you take out the human experience, because they do now have holders and pendulum stands where you can set the pendulum in and you're not touching it. So, I mean, I do
Oh,
think there's value to that, and I've seen people now using stands for cat balls. So I guess that they're not catching anything unusual, but to me, you can usually tell if somebody's moved their foot or there's a motion in the room that's setting that off.
I
Yeah.
actually bought a it's huge because I was taking my niece and my nephew out to a cemetery, and I left my cat balls at the cabin the last time I was there. So I went to the pet store because I was thinking I could just buy some, and they didn't have any. So I got this big old dog one. It's for a dog, but it's huge. And like I would set it like on top of a grave, and we would just ask questions and it would just start lighting up. But it's huge. I like that better than the cat balls.
So Paranormal 6801 says Ovilus is okay. It's really random. I have one. Another one we have there, but there's been so many generations of Ovilus. Another one that we have, it's so random. We haven't gotten anything really great from it. But I don't know.
What is it exactly?
It just spits out words from the atmosphere. It's like reading things and it's looking for words. So it's kind of like Spirit Talker where it just spits out words.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a spirit box.
I love how we just say cat balls so nonchalantly, right?
Right.
We really do. We really do.
Oh, that's so funny.
We really do. All right, we're down to 1 minute. Natalie, if people want to come find you and look at some of your evidence and places you're traveling to, how can they find you?
So my YouTube is just my name, Natalie Hopkins, or I also have an Instagram or a TikTok, which I believe is Natalie Hopkins 33 or Natalie Hopkins _ one or the other, but basically just my name.
That's really cool. So maybe some of your evidence, we can have you back sometime soon and do some evidence review with you as well.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Hopefully we can have you back.
Yeah,
It's
thank
been
you
a lot
for
of fun.
having me.
Thank you for joining us on Ladies Night. Next Tuesday night, we have Chris Garcia on, and so he will be doing some tarot card or oracle card readings for everyone. I think Thursday night, if Ryan is feeling up to it, we'll be on TikTok, and we will have Jeannie Payette with us. So she's always a lot of fun. So that's what we've got lined up. Beyond that, I don't know. Let's all wish Ryan that he feels really good soon and the strep throat goes away. And thank you, Natalie. And thank you, Rosetta, for filling in.
Yeah,
and
of course.
We will see you next time. Thank you all so much for joining. We really appreciate you.
Bye. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.